guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today I'm talking Real Housewives of Miami, Season 2, Episode 9, Conflicting Conflict. What a title. You guys, I'm so enjoying this season of Miami. I'm so excited to be recapping all this and to be going back over it. I'm excited for the new season. Not sure when that's airing quite yet, but season coming to Peacock in case you hadn't heard. So this is season 2. They did 3 seasons, and then I guess it'll be the 4th season. I don't know if they're calling it that. They'll be coming to Peacock, and I'm here for it. I can't wait. So let's get into what's going on in this episode. So Lea is getting ready for her annual gala. This is the big one that she plans for all year. They raise money for, I believe it's underprivileged youth to keep kids out of jail, that sort of thing. She said it's a crazy weekend. There's no sleep because she went to that lingerie party over at Lisa's in the last episode. So much crazy stuff happened. The amount of work is endless. They have 800 people come into this one, and it's Queen Latifah and Tony Bennett performing. Then we meet Norman Baker. Norman Baker is a cosmic cheerleader. Yes, you heard me right. That's what she calls him. He reads energy and color. This guy was like cut out for Housewives, right? I mean, he's just a little different. But there's a funny scene with him coming up. We'll get to that. We go over to Alexia's house. Adriana comes over, and we see Alexia's dressing room. She says Herman is going to build her a big fancy closet, so for now, she took over whatever room this is. To which I say, holy crap, look at that collection. So Adriana tells Alexia about the lingerie party and that she's still in shock about it. So we see they kind of go between Adriana and Alexia, and they switch over to Marysol and Elsa. We go back and forth between them telling the version of events that happened at Lisa's party. So the way Adriana tells it is she was talking to Karent, Joanna kept butting in, and when Adriana went to leave, she was walking away. Joanna put her hand on her arm or grabbed her shoulder or something. This is according to Adriana. Adriana turned around and smacked her in the face. So the way Joanna tells it is that she never touched Adriana, that she was yelling at her. Adriana turned around and smacked her in the face. So somebody's lying. It's probably both of them. I don't know. I think their egos, both of them, are so big that, I don't know, it just got in the way. So I do think it's kind of crap. Adriana was trying to walk away. Joanna knew what she was doing, chasing her. But as I said in Real Housewives of Potomac, there's never a reason to put your hands on anybody. So that's bullshit. I don't know who touched who. Nobody should be touching anybody. They should just fight with their words. Like Housewives. So Adriana is now not wanting to see Joanna at the Black's annual gala. She's nervous about it, just not into it. I don't know. This whole thing is weird. They're fighting, and I think they're both wrong again for judging each other, but honestly, I blame Karent. I cannot stand Karent. I think she's got the worst personality. She's so fake, and this whole fight was kind of over her in a sense. Adriana was trying to talk to her. Joanna inserted herself, but Karent kept stirring up the drama at the party, and everybody's kind of sick of her, so it's more fun to blame Karent. I love seeing Mama Elsa. I miss her. I hate, that she's passed away, but I love these scenes with her. I love her relationship with Marysol. She really makes me laugh. So it's just nice to see these scenes with her. I hope Marysol's in the new season. The only one I've heard of for sure is, what's her name? The annoying one. Pippen. Larsa? Oh, gosh. No, thank you. But we'll see who else joins. So then we go over to Lea's house. Now, it's the day of the gala. Beforehand, she's decided to have Norman, the energy reader, over. She's on edge about the drama at the lingerie party. She's hoping that he can shift the energy so that way there's not drama at the event that night. I'm just thinking, girl, you got so much to do. You've been planning this event for a year. Do you have time to do this the same day? It's kind of crazy. She starts to figure out that she has this dog. She's had him for a long time, and he's not doing so well. So Norman wants to bless the dog. Lea realizes that something is very wrong, and she starts crying and calling for her husband Roy to take him to the vet. So she's hysterical, as you would be. She's had this dog, I believe she said, like 13 years or something. So about this time, Marysol and Elsa arrive, and it was sweet because Elsa just immediately grabbed onto Lea. Even though Lea and Marysol are fighting, Elsa grabbed onto Lea and was trying to comfort her. Leah's crying, saying, I can't believe this, and she's afraid he's dying right now. Oh, so sad. I can't even talk about it. I'll get upset. But, so meanwhile, we see all the other ladies arrive. Lisa, Marta, Alexia, they all arrive. They're worried for Lea, of course. Anna calls Norman an interesting little fellow, and that's kind of the thought I had too. He is an interesting little fellow. Joanna's happy because Adriana didn't come to this event. Adriana had called Lea and said she didn't want to come because of the drama with Joanna. So Norman then brings them each up and does his sound vibration, and he asks them each a question. He asked them to ask him a question, and he'll tell them the answer. Lisa asked about kids. He said he sees one. I think she's had two, so I think he was a little bit wrong on that. Mama Elsa, meanwhile, while he's giving his readings, whispers he doesn't know what he's talking. He doesn't know what he's doing. That's what it is. And that really made me laugh because Mama Elsa, of course, is very in tune. I would much rather have a reading from Mama Elsa. So he calls up Joanna and Marta, and she says that Roman's been avoiding her, and she's afraid that this might be the end. And he says, if you guys keep bumping heads, then you're not going to get married. Probably shouldn't have got married because they did. They got divorced. But anyway, lots going on. Then Mama Elsa gets up there, and so he's trying to read her, but she starts to read him. And it's so funny because she's instructing him how to hold onto her hands, and she keeps shushing him and telling him to be quiet. It's a really funny scene. All right, so we see Lea pull Joanna aside. She said she wants Joanna's side of the story. Joanna says Adriana was shooing her away when she was talking to Karent and said, you're a wannabe, which she did say that. But then Adriana tried to walk away. Well, Joanna says, I blew up, she stormed off. I followed her, she turned around, I saw the devil in her face, she slapped me in my face. Again, should you have been following her? Probably not. Lea is shocked. She said, your stories are so far apart. So then we go over to Joanna's house. Karent comes over because, of course, she does. She's so far up Joanna's ass. She'll do whatever Joanna wants. She says, I feel so bad. You came to my defense as my friend. Then, Adriana attacked you. And Joanna's like, yeah, she came after me. And Karent says she's relieved that her actions spoke louder than her words. What? You're relieved your friend got in a fight over you? That's such a weird thing to say. So it's time for the event. Everyone's walking the red carpet. So we find out that the event has sold out and they have a long wait list. So Leah's pretty excited about that. We see the red carpet photos. We go over to Anna's house. She has Marysol over. I believe it was Marysol. No, I like Anna's dress a lot. That black and white, I thought it was really pretty. Marysol didn't want to go to Leah's event because of what happened before. They argued about the PR. Anna had another event that night, so they decided to just sit around and drink for a little bit. Anna talks about, she's she's been separated from her husband. They're not officially divorced, but they're going to file soon, and she has to move out of the office that she shares with him. They're both attorneys. She wants to split up the practice. So then we go back to the event. Adriana arrives at the event. I gotta say, even if you agree or don't agree, I thought Adriana looks absolutely stunning. Her dress was beautiful. I love how she has her makeup and her hair styled. I think she's gorgeous. I love the details of this dress. I love that it's sheer around the middle section. I thought she looked stunning. So Adriana is saying that she's never had a physical altercation with a woman before. Joanna followed her and grabbed her. Again, they're a million miles apart on this story. Lisa is asking how she feels after last night. So it sounds like it was a mess. Okay. back to Marysol and Anna. So Marysol starts talking about Philippe. And remember, they had gotten married, then they almost immediately separated. And she saw him Thursday night. And she said because it was an event, he was catering it, and they ended up going out to dinner. She had some drinks. She didn't feel comfortable driving home, so he drove her. But then she realized her keys weren't with her or something, so she ended up staying over at his apartment. We didn't get a whole lot of details as to if anything happened or not, but it is a huge emotional event for both of them. He was upset, but he thinks they should sign the papers and move on, and she's not ready to admit that this is a failure, so she's not ready to move on. I feel for her. That's awful. I mean, nobody wants something like that. Back at the gala, we see Alexia is trying to talk to Joanna. Meanwhile, Karent is like whispering in her ear. It's so weird. Alexia's like, you're being rude. And Karent's like, are you serious? And Alexia's like, I'm here talking to Joanna and you're whispering in her ear, and says this is ridiculous. So it was a weird moment. Karent's weird. I don't know what else to say about that. So Lea walks over to talk to Joanna, and Joanna says Roman is not there because of the whole Joe Francis thing. So remember, at the lingerie party, Joe Francis started telling everybody that he banged Joanna and that he banged Marta. And Marta admitted that it was true. Joe walks over and's like, hey, can we just be friends? And she's like, leave me alone. I think she loves the drama. I think he does too, though. So he ends up walking off. We see Real Black giving the speech, and Lea starts to auction the items off. She says bids are coming in really good. It's giving scholarship money. Joanna says in that moment she wants to text Roman. She ends up texting him, you're the love of my life. I'm so sorry. I think we've seen that a lot. She has issues with drinking. She says or does something terrible to him, and then she ends up having to text how sorry she is. Okay, so we're going between tables, and the very next table over is Adriana and Joe Francis. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Joanna, but I thought this was pretty shitty. Adriana's being a mean girl here, and she's saying, oh, she's crying now, talking about Joanna. Her life must be unraveling. And she says, she started it by attacking Joe Francis. I'm thinking, really? That's the guy you're going to stand up for? Someone at Adriana's table says, that girl's a supermodel, about Joanna Krupa. And Adriana says, she's not a supermodel, she's a super whore. And then starts calling her super hooker, which, that's not funny, but I'm laughing. No, I just thought it was mean girl behavior. It's uncalled for. You're in an event, even if you hate the person, really. I mean, it just felt like high school to me. I just didn't think that was necessary. Joanna walks off crying because she loves a good dramatic anything. And she tells Karent that she's leaving. So that's how the episode ends. Again, I thought Adriana handled the situation really poorly, but I think they both handled it poorly. From the fight to now, all of it was just poorly executed. Let's not put hands on each other. Let's use our words. So then we see a flash to the next episode. It looks like Lisa talking to Karent about her struggles with fertility. We see Anna. She's crying. She's upset about splitting up the office and splitting from her ex. And Joanna and Roman are not talking to each other. So what else is new there? Unfortunately, it looks like it's really bad news for Leah's dog. And then it's Adriana versus Joanna. What else is new? So I'm here for it. I'm excited to see what goes down. I'm sure it's going to be ugly between these two. And I can't wait. So I will be covering it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I can't wait for this reunion because I know I watched it. I just don't remember what all goes down. And I want to see Joanna and Adriana hash it out. So we'll see what happens. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed it. Be sure to check back. I got lots of new stuff coming up. And thank you guys for watching. Stay healthy and stay safe. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.